5 good minutes with the Watts brothers on Double Take Sports Talk. Coming up next on the show, the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets game just literally wrapped up. We will have statistics and what we took from that game. We'll have that coming up next. All right. 5 good minutes with the Watts Brothers Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome to the show. Darren Watts here on the other side of me is Daryl Watts. Say hello to him today.
All right, what's going on?
All right.
What's going on?
All right. Ain't nothing much going on here. Ain't nothing going on but the rent.
But the rent. All right.
Nice. All right. Today on the docket we have the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Me and you, Daryl, started out good. We both picked the Jets to win the game, and we both were right. So that brings our regular season record, you up to 9-8, and me 12-5.
Yeah.
So we'll keep a gist on see who wins this battle between me and you in the battle of knowledge that we call it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we got the recap of the Bills and Jets game. We have our 5 minutes. You ready to do it?
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our 5 minutes starts now. Just to highlight statistics from the game. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 24 for 34, 374 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Daryl predicted that Matt Forte will get the century mark of 100 yards in the game, and he did just that. 30 attempts for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns.
All right.
Very well done on that behalf.
Yes.
Tyrod Taylor, 18 for 30, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. And not being funny, looking at Tyrod Taylor, that's not bad for him to throw 3 touchdowns in the pick.
I agree.
That's not bad. But
especially for him to get 297 yards.
Right. And what hurt, there's 2 things that hurt the Bills in this game. First thing was the red zone efficiency. The second thing that hurt them was time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets held the ball too long in this game. They held the ball for 39 minutes and 12 seconds. The Bills only held it for 20 minutes and 48 seconds.
That's not good.
The Bills had a fumble. They didn't lose it, but they just had a fumble. Both teams scored 4 touchdowns. But the Bills only had their touchdowns from passing, and the Jets had 1 from passing and 3 from rushing. And of course, those 3 came from Matt Forte. 2 of the Jets receiver, which would be Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall, has the century mark of over 100 yards receiving. Eric Decker was 6 for 126 and 1 touchdown, and Brandon Marshall was 6 for 101 yards. I'm fascinated with how the Jets made that big turnaround from their loss that they had.
It was against Baltimore.
No, that was the Buffalo Bills.
That was the Bills.
They lost to the Bengals.
Okay, that's what it was.
They lost to the Bengals. I'm impressed with the fact that the Jets turned it around. Now, the Bills actually had a chance to come back and win that game.
Yes, they did.
They had a chance to come back and win that game, but they didn't get to actually do it because time ran out.
Time of possession. Now that took.
And like I said, that
time
hurt
of possession really hurt them.
Time of possession hurt them.
I mean, take it away from the fumble that they had.
What quarter was that?
I think that was. It was in the second half. I'll tell you that.
I mean,
but taking away from it, that time of possession really just hurt them.
Yeah.
So even if you had the fumble, that just will still hurt them.
I'm looking at this, and the Jets won just the They won the second and the fourth quarter. Usually, from my experience from looking at these, whoever wins the second and the fourth quarter usually wins the game.
Games.
It's rare that happens, but I've seen that as a pattern. Whoever wins the second and the fourth quarter usually wins that.
For that advantage point.
Right.
Because that'd be the second quarter is end of the first half, and
the fourth
some
quarter.
teams need a score if they want to get the ball back, or they are not getting the ball back.
Well,
they need to score to either bring it closer or widen the gap.
Well, the Jets won the toss anyway. They won the toss, according to this. They won the toss, and they got a field goal out of it.
Oh, wow.
They got a field goal out of it. So it was 3-0. And then Buffalo marched it down, scored a touchdown, and in that very next possession, I believe, they got another field goal out of it. So, looking at this game, and looking at the Jets winning this game, you predicted that the Jets will win this AFC East.
Yeah.
Although their record is 1-1 and New England is 1-0. The Bills that I predicted, make sure I got that right. I believe I said the Bills was going to be AFC East. Yes, I said Buffalo. They're 0-2 to start this season, and I'm very disappointed at that. But I didn't pick them to win this game, and I think I picked them to win last week's game. But looking at this, do you still see a progression in the Jets and the possibility to take over New England in the AFC East?
Absolutely. I see it 100%. Now, like I said in my blog, that this is going to be a tight race for the AFC East title. It's going to be a tight race.
Yeah. The Patriots got the Dolphins at Gillette Stadium Sunday.
Okay.
So that's a game to keep in mind. Miami, of course, didn't win last week either. I think they lost.
They lost to Seattle.
Yes, they lost to Seattle by 2, I believe it was. Miami, I almost had picked Miami to win the AFC East. But keeping in mind that...
they still got work to do.
Right, they got a lot of work to do. We just keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our 5 minutes. Thank you for listening to the show.
Okay. You can check us out on the social media side. Listen to more of our podcasts. You follow us on Twitter at DTSD2414. Like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. Subscribe on YouTube, and also subscribe to our podcast on the podcast app featuring iTunes. Of course, we got the blog featuring critical thinking and analysis. You can check that out at DoubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Thank you for listening. Darren here. Darren on the other side of me.
Yes, sir.
Catch up with us on another episode. Until then, ciao.